And it's going to be out on the far side.
There we are. We should be there.
Ferrer with it now, far side out to Crane again. Crane tries crossing all the way over to Morgan. Gets it down quick.
Nice.
Ferrer, header.
Nice
save by Castro, but great volley by Duluth.
Great save.
Great save, but I mean back and forth volley. Morgan doesn't even let that one come down. He sends a perfect ball into Ferrer.
Absolutely. Very accurate, right on his head.
And Castro just played it perfectly. I thought for sure we were looking at our first goal of the game. Med City now coming back the other way and tried an overlap there to number 2, Gomez. And now drop back to Ben Ty, and he's going to send it across. And Duluth is just going to have to switch sides here quick as Med City is attacking the defense. And now they've taken control as that is Garrido on the far side. Now Ben Ty for Duluth. Up to the middle of the Crane. Now back to Ben Ty. He drops it off for Margolin. And now it's going to come in, and Winning's just going to have to kick it away. And that's going to go off of Jose Cejudo of Med City. And now it's going to go off of Duluth, and it'll be a throw-in for Med City. Quick in, Garrido now a little space, cut off, and pass that slows down the attack, however. That was back to Wilkie. Now Gomez on the far side stepping in was number 2, Brandon Sternwettel. Sternwettel out of Grand Rapids. Now with the attack, and no call there as Med City wanted one, and now the foul on Crane. The official's going to his pocket.
That's a yellow card.
That's a yellow.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure who that yellow is on. That may be on number 8, Ludwig Hortegard. As he clipped Crane, as Crane tried to spin on that ball.
Yeah, he was clobbered.
Kind of one of those frustration fouls where you don't get a call and then you come back and think that it's all right. And
retaliation, yeah.
Yeah, there you go, retaliation. Another foul on Med City as a couple defenders try and jump over the top of Ferrer. He's a big guy, too. It's hard to get up and over him.
He's a big guy, and he's got good body volume, too. You cannot beat him in the air.
Joe Watt going to take the free kick here for the Blue Greens. Duluth getting their set piece set up, and now the cross comes in, and it's going to be too far as they try to get it towards the line and then send one back, maybe send a little header back to the middle.
He tried, yes, but
just probably a yard too far. So free kick or goal kick now for Med City. Castro wanting his players to go up, just sends it off to the far side. And a long ball coming up. Ben Ty the first to it, but knocked down by Med City. And a foul called as Med City quickly takes it. Coming back was number 11, Sean Morgan. And Med City's going to earn themselves a throw-in here. It'll be Gomez with the throw-in. Quickly gets it in. Kicked away by Morgan, up trying to get it to Ferrer.
Oh, that was a foul.
And foul on Ferrer. As coming over the top there was Mila, who is wearing number 5. He's also listed as number 27, so.
Well, and I think we're also going to see, you're going to start seeing this play of competitiveness start to ratchet up as you can see the physicality starting to mount. The feeling out period is kind of over now, so now it's
Yes.
game on.
A little chippiness here, not too bad though. Throw-in coming quickly for Duluth. Sent up to the middle, trying to get it up over the top of Crane. And now ball at midfield, drop back. And now Garrido had it, lost it. And now it's back. And that may be off of Med City, so decent position here for a Duluth throw-in. And they're going to take it quick into Crane. Crane looking to spin. Just inside the box, drops it back out now to Watt. Watt's cross is intercepted, taken by Garrido. Nice pass over to number 4. That might be a 14. Oh, nice move there by number 12, Rivadeneira. Steps in again, still making some nice moves. Good footwork there being shown by Rivadeneira. Up ahead, trying to get to the middle, and just losing his balance was Wilkie. Now Garrido with it, back to Garrido. He's looking for the shot, steps in. Ben Ty knocks it away, and he's going to come out with it. Gets it up ahead to Morgan.
Great defense.
Yeah, a lot of pressure put on by Med City right there. And Duluth able to get away with it unscathed. Back to Phillips. Now Ben Ty. Into the middle to Margolin. As they're looking for an opening here. That one's flipped off of Gomez and out of bounds. And good work on the near sideline here by the youth soccer player. Quickly getting that ball.
This is the future of soccer.
That's right. It all starts at that age level. A lot of these guys won't even be close to where they are now if they wouldn't have started at that age.
Yes, that's where we all started.
Well, and the other part of that is a lot of these players for Duluth are all youth coaches as well.
Yes.
Within the GITCH program. So a lot of them were in tournaments this past weekend as well. So a couple undefeated teams, I believe, down that were competing this weekend.
We have good coaches in the area. Don't underestimate them. They're great.
So foul called on Duluth on the far side. So free kick coming for Med City. As they send, they only send 5 up near the box. Kick comes in. And cleared out by Duluth for a moment, but there to pick it up was number 19, Sahudo. And now it's all the way back as Ferrer had a chance. As the ball's dropped back to Castro, now Gomez has to come all the way back as he was up in an attacking position. Gomez now near sideline. Rivadeneira drops it back to Garrido, who lets it go back to Wolt. Now Garrido looking up ahead, trying to get it out of Bayo. And he did a good job positioning his body there to draw that foul.
Yes, but that was a good professional foul, as we say. That's corner.
And it will be a corner here for Med City. It'll be their first corner of the match.
Some time off. Maybe we can mention something about our sponsors. And
cross comes in and through the goalpost, the football goalpost, as that one was a little high over the top.
so
But a nice cross in by Med City just over the top.
Yeah, Josh, let's thanks to our sponsors, St. Luke's Hospital, Granson, G&B Schneider, Arrowhead Printing, AYSA, Arrowhead Youth Soccer Association. Chum, thank you very much for your sponsorship.
Absolutely. Thank you to all the sponsors as this one gets up to Watt and knocked out by Gomez. As Watt quickly gets the ball and quickly into Crane. That one's cleared away right away.
Definitely a nice crowd that is filtered in here at Public School Stadium.
It's nice to see soccer getting bigger and bigger around the country.
Indeed.
I spent a lot of time out in Washington. I was out there for a couple of years, and it just gets bigger and bigger. I got a chance to go see the Sounders play a couple of times. Saw them play Tottenham, which was really awesome. But you see it getting bigger and bigger throughout the country, which is huge.
Very competitive too. Well, the truth is that soccer, you don't need very expensive equipment to play with.
No, not really. You need the ball, really, and then you can make up your own goals.
Exactly. Just a pair of shin guards and maybe a pair of good shoes.
Med City attacking here as that one went past a couple players, and it's going to go out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Duluth. That's the thing, it's the number one sport in the world, and the fact that it's getting bigger and bigger here in the U.S. is a great thing.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Up to Rivadeneira now. Showing off that footwork again. Gets it to Gomez, and Gomez's first touch is a little too hard, and it's going to go across for a goal kick.
Goal kick. As much as Med City puts pressure on our defense there, Sam doesn't have much work.
You're right, yeah. Winning hasn't done a lot. He's got one save.
He's got one save, but that's about it.
That was it, and that was early.
And we're in the, 22nd minute.
And now ball being fought for at midfield. Good through ball up to Rivadeneira. Ben Ty is going to be the first to it for Duluth. Nice stop there, and talk about having to do some work.
Hey.
Winning having to come off his line as Rivadeneira, that footwork, he is very sharp with the feet.
Yes.
He took that right off of Ben Ty's foot, and
very flex too.
Winning saw it right away and came out and made the stop. I mean, that could have been dangerous for Duluth.
Actually, half of his effort was his mental alertness.
See the clouds starting to roll back in here over Public School Stadium as that one sent up towards midfield. A head flip by Adebayo. And Ben Ty knocks it down, turns it over to Garrido. A heel flip there by Cejudo. And now Crane with it. Looking forward, out wide now to Joe Watt. As Duluth resets. Out wide now to Sternwedel. Nice little move to get forward. Corcoran now sends one up towards Watt again. But his touch not on the mark. As Med City now flips it forward. Ben Ty gets in there. And it's going to be a handball on Ferrer.
Oh, yes. Good call.
Garrido had it, lost it. Taken there, Watt's going to drop it back. And again, Duluth resets, trying to get something attacking again. As the last 5 to 10 minutes have been mostly on the defense for Duluth. Haven't seen many attacks lately. They started out on fire.
Yeah, but
good move there by Crane up ahead to Ferrer. And he has it kicked off his foot. And it goes out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Med City.
They have blocked Ferrer pretty good.
Yeah, Med City's defensive back four have just been giving Ferrer a lot of fits. He had one great opportunity. Unable to capitalize.
But the luck was not on his side, I guess.
And that's one thing about soccer. Still a game of inches, like every
Yes.
sport. It's a game of inches.
Yes.
Med City resetting their offense. Coming out wide to Gomez, up ahead to Rivadeneira, and now it's going to be dropped back. And Gomez chases it back. Drops it over to Wolt. Wolt up towards the middle. Heel flip there, gets it up to Cejudo. Now Rivadeneira with it. And knocked off the ball by Watt.
Actually, that's encroachment there.
And I think that was the official's last warning to him, too, as
Yeah,
Rivadeneira
It's like he's asking,
talking to. He's
Yeah.
looking for that yellow.
give me a yellow card.
Duluth switches the field. Now Crane gets it over to Morgan as they drop it back. Phillips with it now. Luke gives it up to Margolin. Back to Phillips. Up ahead again to Morgan. Now Ferrer, he's got a shot, and he's working hard trying to keep off the defenseman. I want to say that was number
That was a bad
8,
foul.
Ludwig Hortegard. Oh, that's
That
number
was a
5. That's Mila.
That was a foul.
And Mila right now, his job so far is to get into Ferrer's head, and he has done
Great.
absolutely that.
But he's been doing a good job.
So free kick coming for Duluth as we're closing in on the 27th minute. It'll be Corcoran to take it. He gets one up into the box. Flipped up, and it's going to be saved there by Gomez as he keeps it from crossing that back line for that corner kick. Now Ben Ty drops it off for Morgan up ahead to Watt. Watt back to Morgan. And now across, trying to get it over to Crane. Crane matched by his opposite number, Talbot. Now Morgan around midfield. Lost it for a second, but maintained control. Now all the way up to Watt, and it's going to be across the sideline as Watt unable to get that initial touch and control, and it'll go back to Med City. Morgan takes it away from Garrido as Garrido was juggling it.
Nice.
Now Ferrer, his first touch, trying to get it back to Margolin, unable to get there. But now Watt, and as soon as I say that, Duluth isn't getting in the attacking end, they start attacking. Margolin into the middle, has Watt, and off of Watt's
Corner.
foot.
Should be a corner.
But it is going to be a corner as that went off of Wolt. And another corner for Duluth. Their first one, not very successful, as it was kind of a low, corner, and it didn't really have.
Well,
There was quite a wall of Med City players right there.
Let's see this one. Oh, yes.
Good deep one headed down by Ben Ty. Now out wide with Gomez, and he's going to clear it up ahead. And it's going to go into the Med City bench. Throw and come for Duluth. Corcoran now with it, drops it back for Margolin. Back to Phillips. And Phillips loses control of it. Adebayo now with it. I have a feeling as soon as Adebayo gets in some space, he's going to go somewhere with it.
Yes, indeed. You cannot leave 1 inch of space for him. He's going to do the damage.
Wolt now with it, drops it over to Gomez here as the Med City switch sides. Now it's up to Ferrer on the header.
No, he's blocked again. Yeah,
And that's going to be another foul on Ferrer.
Yeah, he's got to find a way to get away from there.
But it's not just one. It's that entire back line for Med City that's keeping Ferrer in control.
Exactly.
About a third of the game gone as that one up ahead trying to get Cejudo on the near sideline, and getting just enough of that was Sternwedel. Otherwise, there was a lot of space for Cejudo.
Indeed.
Back to Wolt. Looks forward. Now through ball up ahead, trying to get it up to, I want to say that's number 12, Rivadeneira. Now Corcoran knocks it down, gets it over to Morgan. Morgan's still with it. All the way up at top.
Nice.
Good ball up to Crane. Crane's still with it. And fought off the ball there by Talbot. And Talbot's going to clear it away off of Crane. And it will be a Med City throw-in. And heel flip there by Garrido. I've been very impressed with the footwork by this Med City team.
Indeed. Yes, awesome.
Drops it back up ahead for Rivadeneira. And it looks like Phillips is going to beat him to it. He's going to drop it back for Winning. And Winning's going to send it out wide back to Phillips. Now up ahead to Sternwettel. And Phillips is going to clear it. Probably the smartest thing to do right there. There's a lot of pressure being put on by Med City.
Actually, that's the only thing he could do. That's a foul. No, don't do that.
That's going to be a card, or should be a card.
It should be a card.
As the official's going to have to start taking control of this game, as that's a lot of chippiness right there on that last
And there is,
play.
it's a red card. Oh, God.
Yeah, the official has a red card. That's going to be on, I think it's going to be on Phillips.
He's holding his red card. Who gets it? Number 12.
Rivadeneira is going to get the red card. I'm not sure I saw that coming. It must have been after the fact, an extra push.
Yes. I think what happened is after he blew his whistle,
but that's the thing. Rivadeneira has been kind of asking for a card all game.
well, he was warned.
He'd been warned about holding on to the ball. Now he just did something a little extra, and
That's all it took, yeah.
I still feel Phillips should at least get a yellow.
He should have.
For that big shove at the end of that after the whistle.
He should have get a yellow card. I think a yellow Phillips going to be more fair, and a red for number 12 there.
Now let's see the official going back out.
Yeah, I guess he's not done yet.
Well, he's not done, and he's going to go talk to the other official.
Fourth official, yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, when you talk about having a veteran officiating crew, that's a good job there to be able to go out and discuss with their entire crew, so everybody's on the same page.
That's teamwork, Craig. That's teamwork, and that's what USSF is trying to push on the referees. Teamwork. See, the center referee there, he talked with all the rest three officials.
Yeah, he wants to make sure he gets the right call.
Exactly. I'm sure he could reverse some calls, but I'm not sure if he would.
It'll be kind of tough thing to take back a red card.
Yeah, it's
a lot of. Then if he takes it back, he's pretty much saying he's lost control of the game.
He pretty much says that I made a serious mistake. And yellow card.
Yep.
Oh,
So yellow card to Phillips.
Yes. Well, that's like we said. That's more. That would be more fair. And I think that would help the referee get more control of the game too.
So far, both teams have a yellow, and Med City also has a red.
Plays with a player down.
And that's going to be huge, because we're just over half an hour into this one.
Not only that, Josh, but keep in mind that humidity is pretty high right now. Uh-oh.
So now still chippiness going on. However, I think it is Med City ball, because it was the foul that was stopped.
Yes.
So it should be a free kick for Med City in the attacking half of Duluth. And Rivadeneira does not want to leave.
Yeah, he needs to leave the field too, period.
Well, that means Andrew actually has work to do during the during gameplay. We talked to him earlier today as the visiting team liaison,
Yes, exactly.
and we said, well, all he's got to do during the game is just sit back and watch. Well, he's actually got work
well,
to do
no,
right
he's
now.
no, he's a great guy. He is a great guy. He helped out a lot today, and he actually has some work to do. Yeah, he has to escort the play.
He's got to escort. He had to escort Rivadeneira out of here as free kick coming from Hortegard as he sends it into the box and flip back out all the way back to Hortegard. Now he gets it up forward to Cejudo. Cejudo trying to get inside. Remember, Med City playing with 10 men as Morgan gets that out wide. Crane with it. Good sliding tackle by Garrido. Up head trying for Ferrer, and it's just going to go out of bounds.
Well,
So
we did try to recruit Andrew to be able to work on the PA announcing as well. So,
Well, how did he do?
oh, he's busy now, so he didn't get recruited for that job.
He is actually working today.
Nah,
Great guy, great guy.
He's doing a good job today. Good
Yes,
job.
great guy.
Well, there's a lot that goes into the game management of hosting a home game, and especially as you climb up the ranks and get into the professional levels. There's a lot of people that could be thanked, and we'll try to grab those throughout the afternoon.
Higher demands too.
Taken there by Cejudo. Trying to get it over to Wilkie, but that one's just a little too hard, and it's going to be a goal kick. But yeah, as you guys were saying, a lot of work goes into it. There's a lot of different positions that need to be filled, and as you step up them stepping stones, more and more needs to be done.
Exactly. More demanding.
So Winning will take this goal kick. Waits for everyone to move forward down the field. That one come off the side of his foot, but he gets it up to Sternwettel. Now back to Phillips, who's playing with that yellow card. Corcoran trying to go deep for Watt. And it's going to be across the sideline there and out of play. Now Wolt's going to send it wide and flip by Ben Ty all the way back to Winning. And Winning, bad kick, and Adebayo's going to try a long one. And he mishit that one. But Adebayo had a gift.
That was a close play, I'm telling you.
Sam Winning tried to clear that off the bounce, and it just mishit it. And Adebayo had an empty net, and he let it go. And just too much on it. Duluth trying to set up the attack again. Over to Sternwell, back to Ben Ty. Back to the middle. This is Margolin. Still with it. He gets tripped up by that. And it's going to be a foul. And that's going to be on Garrido. And Garrido is holding his ankle.
Josh, I like the way that Duluth FC has set up their defense. If you see it, it's just covers every part of their half field. I think Coach Bacchus is doing a good job defensive-wise.
Do you want to explain that to the viewers, what you mean by covering the...
Yeah, exactly. They don't bunch up. They don't. They cover each other. If one goes for the ball, there is somebody who covers up his position right behind him.
It's a good overlapping defense. You're not sitting on top of each other, but you got each other's back.
Exactly. Not only that, they change the ball pretty well. They pass.
They're switching sides and everything.
Yes.
So quick throw in as Morgan has it, and he has it knocked off his feet by Talbot. Another throw in coming. Cullen gets it in, and Phillips is going to reset back to Ben Ty. Duluth playing a man advantage the rest of the way here. Cullen with it now on the far side or near side, trying to get up to Ferrer, and Ferrer was overstepped by Wolt. Like I said, Ferrer has just been, I think he's getting frustrated up there in the front.
Yes. I think he has to do something during that halftime.
So Watt with it now. He gets around Gomez to the middle. Morgan still with it. Trying to spin and taking off the ball. He's got it back. Out wide to Cullen. And Cullen.
Oh, nice. Corner.
That's going to be a corner as Castro tries to push it over, and he does push it over into the field goal post, the football field goal post. So that will be a corner. That's why that ball is deemed out of play.
Yes.
But good attacking right now by Duluth as they got it deep into the box.
I think, Josh, after they got the men up, I think they got some breathing there. So they had the chance to attack.
So Morgan's cross comes in, knocked out by Wolt, but taking the shot and launching one was Margolin, and he got behind it.
Yeah, but it was a good effort, though.
That's right. Well, that's the thing, too. That ball is not sitting perfectly on the ground. I mean, he's got to time it perfectly and hit that just right in the right spot to keep it low. And that one he got under just enough, but he put a lot of power behind it. So goal kick for Castro. In the 42nd minute here of the first half. I'm assuming there's going to be quite a bit of stoppage time.
Yes. Well, the red card and I think the injury there, I would think like a couple minutes maybe.
So that ball comes all the way back to Castro. And he's taking his time with it. And Ferrer is just going to walk in, and Castro will finally pick it up. And Castro punts it away. Up ahead. Ben Ty there with the header. Cejudo comes out of it with it. Now Gomez back to Cejudo. And the defense, again, that overlapping defense you were talking about, stepping in and keeping it from a good attack there for Med City.
But you know, Josh, just seeing Med City play, it's no surprise it's in the first place.
They are in first place with 10 points.
Yes, they are a good team. Surprisingly,
Corcoran getting it all the way up to Watt. Watt, good use of the body there. Gets it over now. Sternwettel trying to look for a cross. And it will be a goal kick. As Sternwettel just unable to get there. Sliding Gomez coming in, forcing him to go off the path there. Just enough to keep him from getting a cross going in. But good ball from Corcoran up to Watt.
Yes.
Castro sends one up. Ben Ty, the first one to get to, gets it up to Margolin. Margolin up ahead trying to get it to Morgan down the far side. He does. Morgan trying to cut in. And sliding tackle, and it's going to go across the end line. It will be a corner as Mila came in with that hard slide.
That was a good effort, though.
Good effort, and, again, Morgan had the angle to get something into the middle again.
Exactly.
So, I mean, Med City doing what they can. Again, down a man, so they got to kind of fall back a little bit. Can't pressure as much as that. Corner comes in, headed there by Phillips, and over the post again. But a good corner. These set pieces starting to get better and better for Duluth.
He did. Well, now they found space to move, Duluth. They found the space to move, and because let's face it, number 12 was a good player that got kicked out.
Headed there, taken there by Sternwell, but Cejudo right there. Now Gomez lost it to Watt, and it will be off of Med City, and Ferrer there. Wolt lucky not to get a foul called on that one as he kind of was holding down Ferrer.
That was a foul, but he did not call it.
And that could actually be very dangerous, you holding a guy trying to run.
Yes.
So you got a couple of youngsters there. Like you said, the future of soccer.
The future of soccer.
Phillips with it, gets up to Margolin. Margolin drops it back for Ben Ty. Ben Ty's been very busy for Duluth on the defensive end.
We are in overtime right now, extended time. Did the referee show how many minutes he's gonna keep?
You know, I didn't even look at that, but Watt with it now. Margolin looking, they're trying to get something inside into Crane. Crane back out to Watt. Watt looking to cross it. It's going to go off of Wolt and out for a corner. And I'm not sure how much time is left.
Yeah, we're already almost 40 seconds.
About 40 seconds into stoppage time. Corner coming for Duluth. Long corner. Headed down by Ben Ty. Dangerous. Med City able to clear it out. And it's going to go all the way out. Margolin will be the first to it. He'll throw it in. He's looking for a long throw, too, by the way he's backing up. Gets it into Corcoran. That heel flip denied there by Talbot. And a foul is going to be called on Phillips.
Yeah, probably it's got to be 2 minutes. I see. Of course, I'm not the ref, but...
Again, a great first half we've seen so far from both these teams. A lot of action.
Yes.
I was going to say, now, wait a second, Harry. Aren't you the referee liaison?
Well,
you got direct connection.
Well, guys, in a serious tone, I think the center referee, Bryce, he's doing an excellent job controlling the game, calling. He's consistent.
He's been very, very consistent. You know, in that red card call, I mean, he did warn
exactly, and not only that,
before it came.
Maybe the yellow card came with a little hesitant, but the red card was right. He didn't have to think about it too much.
That ball's going to run across the sideline there ahead of Gomez. A quick throw coming in as Sternwettel looks to throw. We talk about that local product, Sternwettel out of Grand Rapids. Back to Ben Ty, now over to Phillips. Again, we're about 2.5 minutes into stoppage time. And Duluth looking to make another attacking run here. Margolin has it. And a low through ball, I should say, was intercepted. Now Cejudo with it. Double teamed.
That was
and Watt with the foul.
Good call, too.
And that right there, good sportsmanship there as Watt, made sure that Cejudo was all right, the shake of hands, making sure everything was good right there before.
Yes, excellent sportsmanship.
That considering what has happened so far in the match, the fact that is happening, that right there is just a shining moment in this game.
Yes, it did.
Long ball in and Winning.
Foul on the goalie. Hits over. I think.
Winning able to knock it down, and the whistle is blown for the half. So over 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Josh, Duluth FC wouldn't be here without their sponsors.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. So thanks to our sponsors again, St. Luke's Hospital, Crenson Auto, GNB Snyder, Arrowhead Printing, Arrowhead Youth Soccer Association, the AYSA, and CHAM. Thank you very much for your sponsorship.
So both teams headed to their respective locker rooms as it is 0-0 here at Public School Stadium. We're going to take a break as we have reached the half.
And I think, Josh, the coach, has some complaint against the referees because he seems pretty upset about it.
Well, I mean, he is playing down a man, too.
Well, he did. That's right.
Yeah, we are at the half here at Public School Stadium, 0-0. Again, Med City playing with only 10 men the rest of the way. So we'll be back. You're watching Duluth FC Soccer here on the iFan Sports Network. And welcome back here at Public School Stadium. We've got the second half coming between Med City and Duluth FC's. As we get going, it's still 0-0. The officials getting back out onto the pitch. Med City playing with only 10 men. I'm joined by Harry. I'm Josh Walson, along with my somewhat color, somewhat cameraman, Craig Morrissey. He's kind of the all-in-one guy today.
Welcome back.
So as we get set, Duluth will take the opening kickoff. Again, Med City with only 10 men.
Only 10 men. I'm going to see what they're going to do and how they're going to play in the second half.
As they try going deep right away, it's going to be knocked down. Watt on that far side. And now I got to switch my vision as now the players have switched ends.
Yeah.
So Duluth is going from right to left here in the blue kits. Med City in the white and green. So he gets set as that ball is deep in the corner. As Sternwettel tries to send one in, and it's going to be out for a corner kick and a quick corner to start off the second half for Duluth.
You know, Josh, I would expect more defensive play for Med City in the second half because I think the tie would be to their advantage, but we'll see.
You're absolutely right because the tie gives both teams a point.
Exactly.
As that one is kicked out of bounds to the sideline there by Watt. He didn't have a chance to really control it, so might as well put it in the best position
Yes.
defensively for Duluth. Again, the youth soccer teams doing the ball shaking today. Yeah, it can be quite fun to get out near the pitch, and I mean they have the best seat in the house. So.
Well, in this age, I think they're having fun.
Well, I mean, you're right on the field. It doesn't get much better than that at that age.
Exactly.
It's a quick throw in here for Duluth as it comes back to Phillips. And it looks like Blue-Green's going to try and switch sides. No, Ben Ty comes back this way to Margolin. Margolin now.
Oh, that was a foul.
And
Well,
we're
that
going
was
to
a
get a foul, and that's going to be on number 8, Ludwig Hortegard. And I'm not sure. I think Hortegard has a yellow already.
Yes.
And him getting a second would be very detrimental to Med City.
I hope it doesn't get a chippy game, the second half.
No, it was chippy kind of early around that 30-minute mark as Corcoran sends one into the box and Castro has to make the save.
Yes.
As that didn't really hit off of anybody. But that, too, can be a dangerous one because you play the deflection and you don't get it.
Yes.
Mila bringing it up for Med City now. And he's stopped by Corcoran. Now he gets it up to Cejudo. Cejudo back to the midfield. Gets it back on the drop by number 21, Dumick. And Mila's going to kick it out to the side, and Gomez able to save it. And he gets it all the way back to Castro. Nice play and hustle there by Gomez.
Very risky, though.
Very, very risky. Yeah, that's a tough ball to always judge as Watt gets it into Ferrer. Ferrer inside the box. Now Morgan's cross is not there, and now he gets it back out wide. Still with it, and he's going to let it cross the sideline for a throw-in. Again, we're expecting Duluth to get a few more attacking chances here in the second half with the extra attacker.
They should.
That's soccer, right?
That's soccer.
Of course, this also puts Med City in a position where they can really set up their counterattack as well. And a foul called on Margolin there just inside the box. It'll be free kick for Med City. And we talk about that, like Med City, you expect them to kind of shift back a little bit, play a little more defense. Like you said, a tie kind of, each team will get a point, and that'll still leave them in first place.
Exactly, and the Med City is playing away, so 1 point for them would be, they should be more than happy.
However,
Not to mention, they're playing against the second team, so.
The only thing you got to look at is the Dakota Fusion right now are also with 9 points. So if they get 3 and we have a draw here, then Dakota comes away with the top spot. But we're still early in the season.
Yes. So,
And foul there on Phillips. And that'll be a throw-in for Med City. And taking it will be Matthias Pazos-Dumic, who I think must have checked in at halftime because I don't remember seeing his number much in the first half.
I did not see him either.
But that's another thing, too. Strategy's got to be involved with that 10-man. Do you put another, midfielder or defenseman in place of an attacker? Or?
Yeah, that's...
Again, that's what you got to look at. What is more important right now if you're Med City? Do you want to try and just get the point, or do you want to maybe still try and push a little bit even though you're down a man?
I think the smartest thing to do is play a defensive to strike for that extra point, but trying to the counter-attack.
That ball up to Ferrer, and Mila just sends it out wide.
I think they're going to try to score on a counter-attack, but that's going to put more pressure on us.
Well, like I said, you play that defensive position, and then you kind of get maybe Duluth kind of pushing forward a little bit more and more, and then all of a sudden you get a good through ball up ahead to to a wide open Adebayo or something who's, like we said before, if he gets it in space, it's
a trap. It's a trap.
It's a quick throw in as Cullen gets it in. That's Corcoran now with it, gets it to the middle to Margolin. Now back to Corcoran. Switching sides of the field here over to Sternwettel. And Morgan not able to control it. It's come back to Ben Ty. Now Morgan. Long cross trying to get it out wide to Watt. Watt drops it back. Margolin with some space to work. As you look there, number 8, Hortegard had to go around the official. And a foul is called, and it's going to be a yellow card, and it's going to be on Joe Watt.
That was a good card. But
right there, you kind of saw it building up, that counter attack by Med City.
Yes. And I think that was a smart foul there he did, but...
So Joe Watt with the yellow, second yellow against Duluth here in the match. As Mila sends it deep, trying to get it out of Adebayo. Corcoran now up ahead to Morgan. Morgan tries to settle it down, and he's double teamed there. And able to come away with it. Now Gomez on the far side. And now up ahead, that's going to be number 20, Wilkie. Quick throw in, trying to get to Adebayo. Now Wilkie on the far side. He's got Morgan all over him. Now gets the cross coming in, and Sam Winning has to stop and get it in, and Cejudo trying to do whatever he can just to deflect that one back.
He was right there, too. Now,
I know some players, especially goalkeepers, they don't like when someone's just doing that. That's
exactly. Sam is pretty good. He only had to work a couple times yet. I mean, he was right there when he was needed.
Hey, a couple shout-outs, too. Bernie and Linda Morrissey tuning in, watching each on their own tablets down in Chippewa Falls, paying attention to tonight's game. Also got to send a quick shout-out there to Matt Johnson, who will be up in the booth later this year as well, up in the broadcast side of things.
That ball flies past into the fourth official. Yeah, Matt will be back on Wednesday. I will not, as I will be down towards St. Louis.
Josh.
I'm visiting family. We're going to go taking a Brewers-Cardinals game.
We're going to miss you, though.
But I'll be back for the next one. So goal kick coming for Castro and Med City. as the future of soccer has now joined the booth.
That's my son there, Josh, and I'm proud of him.
Here, we'll see if we can get him on.
Anastasios, hi.
You can tell we're really high tech up here with our fans that we got going just to keep us keep us cool up in the press box.
What's a lot of work up here? Margolin gets it back to Corcoran. Corcoran trying to go out wide to Watt. Watt picked up there right away. Nice stop there by number 8, Hortegard. Actually, number 23. That's Talbot. That patch on their chest, it looked like an 8. Sometimes in soccer, I gotta see what kind of boots they're wearing to see what colors they are. That's sometimes how I figured out some of the high school teams this last fall was like, okay, that guy is wearing bright yellow and that one's wearing bright orange.
I do the same thing.
Mila with the free kick, sending it deep. Headed there by Phillips. Joe Watt. He's going to send it deep.
Nice.
Ferrer is going to try and hustle past Wolt. Wolt using his body, doing a good job, then heads it back into Castro. And Ferrer is being told by the official he's watching him. So that's a good way of not stopping the game to say, hey, it's a foul, because this way it keeps the action going.
But it's a good way to say, hey, I'm watching you. Knock it off.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, the officiating crew today has been very, very consistent. They're very good, and they've, we had some chippiness early on, and they dealt with it promptly.
They took care of it. They are right there. I mean, yeah. Even with the cards, everything. I mean, no complaints.
Throw in to Corcoran, and it's going to be a foul on Adebayo. So Corcoran now going to take the free kick. Drops it back for Phillips, who's going to try and go across to Sternwettel. Sternwettel up ahead, taken away there by Wilkie. And now Dumick gets it up ahead to Gomez. Gomez looking to step inside, now trying to go around Bentai. Bentai, good job just getting that deflected and out for a corner. Med City so far is... With the 10 men, they're doing a lot of attacking, a lot more than we kind of thought they would be.
Like I said, for having 10 men on the field, they are extending pretty good. I would expect them to drop back.
Corner came in winning with the save, but continue, please, Eric.
Yeah, they're like I said, I expect them to be more defensive, but no, they are not. They are not closing in. They're playing a fair game.
Watt up ahead for Ferrer. And Ferrer now inside. He trying to get around Dumick, and it'll be a foul on Ferrer. As that was actually Talbot that came back. As Ferrer got around Wilkie for the first time in a while.
For the first time, yes.
But Talbot did a great job backing up his defenseman. So Castro now. Send it deep. Adebayo flips it forward. Phillips will be the first one to it. He's going to send it back the other way. And knocking it down was going to be Crane. And that one's going to be cleared forward. That's right on the line. It's going to stay in play. And Adebayo, great hustle to get to it. However, that first touch, just not enough to keep it back in play.
I think he covered the ball pretty good in a way that he used his body. So,
well, he had to run around the official, too, just to get to that one down in the corner. But the official is part of the playing field, so.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got a substitution here for the Blue Greens as, I want to say it's number 18.
Number 19.
Number 19, Cesar Herrera checks in.
Coming in for Brandon Stemwettel, number 19.
So Herrera checks in for Sternwettel. Sternwettel going off. quality minutes there for Sternwettel today. We said the local product out of Grand Rapids.
Yes. Which means we extend our soccer all the way to Grand
You're
Rapids.
saying your reach is growing up here in
Yes,
Northland, right?
yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
So Talbot's running off right now. I don't know if he got a cut.
Yeah, he's got blood on his arm. He was trying to wipe it off on the grass before anybody really caught him, but I think somebody mentioned it. So
Before the referee sees it. But I think he got him. You know what? I think,
So he's going to have to take off his jersey, too.
as much as Farrar gets blocked over there, right now he's very useful because he keeps one man back. So actually, Med City is playing with 9. One is committed with Farrar there. I mean, look at him.
Yeah, you got, that's
Everywhere he goes, he has one guy right behind him.
Jared Walton is standing right with him. And, Ferrer's not a small guy. He's actually a pretty big guy, and Walt is kind of...
He's taller than Farrar right now.
he makes him look a little smaller.
A midget, like.
So free kick coming, and that one's sent in, and Winning's going to step up and jump up and make the catch in front of Wilkie.
Very steady, very stable.
And Winning punts that way quickly. And it's come down to Gomez. Up ahead. Now they're actually playing with 9 right now, Med City is, because they're waiting for Talbot to come back on. Ferrer had it, lost it, as he tried to step around Mila. And now Wolt comes back away with it. Gomez has it taken away by Morgan. Morgan to the middle of Ferrer. Ferrer now getting a chance to operate. Sends it back. Now Corcoran. A lot of space here. Margolin tries to go outside. And Mila's going to knock him off the ball for a second. And it'll stay with Duluth as that one goes across the sideline. Quick throw in. That's going to go down into Crane. And that one's going to be sent out wide for another throw-in. Again, Med City trying to quickly get in. And I'm not sure, did they get Talbot back on the field?
I'm not sure.
Yes, they did, because he's wearing number 41 now. Or that was a substitution. As that's either Mo Taggleton or Talbot took his jersey.
I think he took his jersey because he's got that elbow wrapped up, so he had to get rid of the jersey just due to the blood on the jersey.
Yes, they're pretty strict about it too.
And we're going to get another free kick. And actually, we're going to get a yellow card here. A yellow card, and that's going to go to Margolin. So Duluth needs to start kind of watching a little bit, as they got 3 guys out on the pitch right now with yellow cards. And what advantage you have in a 10-man with the other team playing down a man. You don't want to lose that right now by giving another man up.
Exactly.
So substitution coming for Med City, as Cejudo is going to come off. And we'll see if we get the number there. That's number 10.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Mihak.
Offsides.
Midhat Mujic checked in. And offside the call against Med City, as they quickly took that free kick. And look who's about to join us in the booth.
The one and only.
Matt Johnson. We'll see if we can get him a headset here, as Cullen has it now on the far side, up to Ferrer. Ferrer is being held onto by Mila. And Mila's going to get called for the foul. And a little bit of chippiness again going. And we could say Ferrer has been frustrated all day by Mila and Wolt.
He's been blocked. He's been blocked and shut down, may I add.
Up ahead to Herrera. And Matt Johnson joining us up here. Welcome, Matt, here to the second half of the home opener.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Oh,
I was supposed to be here doing play-by-play, but I had a family health emergency that I had to take care of. It had nothing to do with me, but let's put it this way. I'm glad to be out of the house now. I was getting a little buggy, and it's not a lot of fun when you're restricted to mending a sick, in my case, family pet. So that wasn't fun. Gastrointestinal, not so fun when you've got an animal.
Nope, no,
But
not at all.
he seems to be fine now, so I thought, you know what, I'm going over there. I'm getting crazy. He hasn't been sick for a while, so.
Corcoran with it now. He has it taken away by Wolt. Wolt coming back the other way. And right now I did notice that Phillips kind of came up limping a little bit. He's kind of slow getting back. I don't know if he tweaked something as that one's into the middle.
Oh,
Off of Wolt, who came all the way up from his mid-defenseman position.
we were lucky. There we were lucky.
And that's a bad pass right there by Bentai.
Oh, nice.
As taking that was Mujic. And again, Duluth right now just, we said they have the advantage, but there's no cohesion right now. So they're getting really, really sloppy with the ball.
Yes. And Med City shows some pretty good offensive skills there, even with the one player down.
So Hordegaard is going to take the corner. He's got it set. Here comes the cross. In the middle, deflected out. And the first one, too, it's going to be Crane. Gets it up to Ferrer. Ferrer picked up there by Talbot, who's now wearing number 41. Corcoran out wide to Crane. Crane's got some space ahead of him if he can keep it in play. He does. He's got a Gomez with him. And it's going to actually go off of Crane out of play.
He lost control there.
I think he, just to chime in here, I think he was almost running too fast for his own good on that one. The ball didn't quite catch up to him, and he ended up tripping over the ball, and that happens sometimes. And being a former player myself, I've had that happen. It's not the best feeling in the world. You feel like your legs are about to break off because you're waiting for that ball to catch up. And so I'm not surprised that he took a little bit of a face plant on that one, but looks like he's okay.
Now, long throw in here as Phillips is going to head that over to number 19. That's Herrera. Now Ben Ty with it. He's going to clear it out. And it's kind of surprising. It looks like, it kind of almost feels like Duluth is playing a man down.
It seems like it, doesn't it?
I'll say this, based on what I've seen so far here since I got here, the field has definitely been tilted to the right.
So Talbot, quick throw into Adebayo. Knocked down by Watt. Watt with it. And good work getting out of there. Corcoran up ahead to Crane, but taken away there by Hordegaard. And on the far side, that's number 21, Dumick. And back to the middle, but Corcoran's going to come away with it. Out wide to Watt. He's got some space. Talbot giving him a little bit of room. Into the middle. Into Ferrer. Ferrer has it knocked down. Save was made by Castro. They're going to bring it back.
Oh, wow.
And they lost it there.
They lost.
Duluth had it. And Ferrer, another golden opportunity just gone by the wayside.
Maybe it's not his day today.
Would have been better suited to just let fly with that left foot once off the initial save, I think. He tried to get a little too unselfish with the ball back across. And if nothing else, the guy at that far post needed to one-time that.
That would be, yes, that would be a better option there.
So Watt looking for the foul. They're not getting it. As we said, the officiating crew today has been doing a stellar job.
Excellent job.
Yeah, I saw they had some difficulties in the first half. Or not difficulties, but they definitely had a
challenging.
Yeah, there was a little bit of extracurricular activity happening. Let's just put it that way.
So that's headed down. Out of bio now. Phillips, good tackle, but it's all wide now for Dumick. Dumick looking to get something going as that's back to Mujic now. Mujic spins, looking to get a shot away, and Phillips works his way over. Back to the middle. That's going to be taken there by Hortegard. And now Dumick again. Hortegard's going to go up, trying to get to Adebayo. He's going to try to use body. Bicycle kick attempt. Gets it into Dumick. The shot is wide.
Corner. Okay.
That was a nice job marking back by Tom Corcoran there. Otherwise, he gets that shot away with his left foot. Winning was coming off of the line, which is what you're supposed to do in that case, cut down the angle. But without Corcoran there, I think that's a pretty good shot on goal.
So that was actually Theo Wilkie with the attempt there. As he came up. That ball's tipped back up into the air. And it's going to be a free kick as Herrera. And yeah, that was definitely a foul as Herrera went under the legs there and trying to box him out, as to say.
That was a foul. And it's in a very dangerous point there.
Yeah, just outside the 18 right now. So Winning's going to set up his wall. And we'll see who's going to line up to take it. Right now, you got a couple of
Let's see how
Med City players setting up to take it. One is number 10, Mithat Mujic, and he's actually going to move away. And I can't see the number, the one taking. I want to say it's Hortegard. That looks like he's ready to take it.
Let's hope that Sam is.
And the penalty is. He got underneath that penalty shot.
He didn't even have
or
to
that
move.
free kick, not the penalty. It was a free kick.
He didn't even have to move.
Yeah, leaned back a little bit on that one, got under the ball. And tried to stay over it, hit it with a little bit of topspin and try to dip it in, but got under it, hit it over the top. That happens.
So we're going to get another substitution here for Duluth as Vladik Margolin is going to come off. And coming onto the pitch is number I'm not sure what number that is yet.
Need him to turn around.
I want to say it's 20. Gaga Nuya. So Crane's going to send that one deep, and Castro way off his line to prevent Ferreira to even get a chance at it. That long kick all the way up now. Mujic with it. Good through ball up. Adebayo's got a chance. He's got it down. Off the post. And off the side of the net on the rebound.
Wow.
And I don't know if it's Sam Winning's lucky day or not.
Yeah.
But Adebayo with the bicycle kick that was off the post, and the rebound by Wilkie was just off the side of the net. And if you're Med City, you're kind of kicking yourself on that one.
Blue Green's living dangerously on that one. That was a straight-up transition play back the other way. The field was unbalanced, so they came in, got a shot away. Like you said, Winning came out, tried to cut down the angle. I thought for sure it was going to hit off the inside of the post. It hits off the square of the post, basically. Came out and then off the side of the net on the rebound. Like I said, Josh, golden opportunity there. Best scoring chance for either team, it looks like, so far in the game.
So that one's going to go out wide, and Adebayo's just going to chase it out of bounds. So far, there's been a couple of scoring opportunities for both teams. Ferrer had a great chance twice, once in the first half, once here in the second half.
And he missed it, yeah.
And he missed them both. And Adebayo actually had two great chances now. He had this one that just happened. He also had the one where Winning kind of gave him a free shot from a long range. As that's up to Ferrer now. Out wide. Herrera brings it forward. Into the middle. He's got Morgan. Morgan with some space. He's going to take the low kick, and it's just going to go wide of the net. No danger there for Castro.
Well, and the field is getting more and more stretched, Josh, which is what happens in games like this. Got about a quarter hour to go. Everybody's been running for an hour and 15 minutes out here just about, and what happens there is instead of being compact, the field gets stretched. There's a lot more opportunity for transition. And
Exactly. I think the last 15 minutes are going to be very interesting.
So Ben Ty now with the header forward. And Wolt showing his height over Ferrer there, as we talked about that earlier. Out wide now, Watt with it. Trying to get inside of Mujic. Oh, that's Talbot again. Corcoran trying to go out wide to Nuya. And that's going to come down to Watt. Watt turns. Adebayo, good job coming back from his forward position.
Yeah, good coverage.
Tried to go on the overlap to the outside on that one, and like you said, good coverage that time by Med City, just coming back defensively.
Yes.
Phillips now up ahead. That's number 3, Ben Cullen. Cullen trying to get into the box of Ferrer. And again, Wolt.
That's offside.
Yep, flag was up.
And Farrar.
So Ferrer offsides, but Wolt still showing his height on Ferrer. We've said that Ferrer is not a small guy.
No, he's
and
pretty big.
Wolt is just shadowing him. I mean,
Yeah, Ferrer,
talk about an eclipse.
About 6 foot 6'1". If you've been up next to Kyle Ferrar, he's good size and he's also pretty strong physically. And Med City's got some big boys back there.
Yeah, indeed.
So Ferrer, he's got a chance now as Wolt kind of overstepped. And now Ferrer out wide to Herrera. But Gomez there with the sliding tackle out of bounds.
Looks like we're about to get another sub here, too, for Duluth FC at the next opportunity.
And maybe their last one. Not sure if the rules is still 3.
Yes. NPLS anyway.
I know in college, they keep going back in and out.
And in college, it's a re-entry thing. So when you come out, you can go back in. But then when you come out, I think the second time, that's it for you. If I'm remembering the rule correctly.
Yes, that is correct.
So Ben Cullen's going to come off.
Thanks. That makes me feel a lot better about my rules now.
That's good. We'll know this for the fall then.
Right, yeah, for the fall when we get back to UWS games. So now we can, when we do the games together, Josh, we can talk about that some more.
Daniel Hedstrom comes in, and Adebayo is going to get it, and he's going to have some space now as Ben Ty's got to beat him to it. Otherwise, Adebayo is, as we mentioned, Adebayo's got a lot of speed up front for Med City.
Coming out, Ben Cullen and Daniel Hedstrom.
So Herrera now out wide up to Ferrer. Ferrer trying to get it through. Wolt just going to kick it out.
I think Duluth is trying to react.
Well, it's hard to tell which team has the man advantage, to be honest with you, at the moment.
Yes,
I mean, the field is so stretched that it's, usually you see a little bit of compact play in the midfield. Right now, it's very stretched if you look at it from the midfield spot. There's a ton of space out there right now.
Matt, you're right. I mean, they play pretty equal.
So Corcoran's going to try and stretch the field here again. Gets it all the way up to Watt. Nice ball. And now Watt into Ferrer. Ferrer knocks it down for Crane. Crane out wide for Nuya. Nuya, a shot save made by Castro. Another shot knocked down defenseman. Shot again, another deflection. And now Duluth is going to have to reset. And that's taken by Gomez. And taken away by Herrera. Again, trying to switch the field as Watt with it now in near side corner. Trying to step in inside Talbot. The cross comes in. Adebayo down for Crane, and Crane has...
That was about a half volley attempt there by Crane. He just couldn't get over the top of the ball again. That's one of the disadvantages of playing on turf. Sometimes that ball will bounce a little high. You want to get that right on your laces if you can. Instead, he got a little bit under it and pops it through the field goal posts instead of on goal.
Again, this is Duluth's first home game of the season, so I don't know what they've seen so far, if they've been on grass most of the time or if they've been on the turf.
I think they played a couple games on turf, but turf is a different animal than playing on grass, that's for sure. And, of course, most players play, especially their youth leagues, depending on what country they're from, on grass.
On grass. Yes.
Turf is a relatively new phenomenon, and the turf I played on was much worse than this even when I was a player. But it's been, I'll say this, it's been highly entertaining. You can see why these two teams are where they are in the league.
Again, Med City sitting in first with 10 points. Duluth tied with Dakota Fusion at 9. So a lot riding on this game. I mean, you get two heavyweights like this going at it, coming away with a point is not always a bad thing.
No. Especially for Med City right now.
Exactly. They're kind of playing right now looking for that point, I would think, at this
I think
juncture of the game.
I think
Although-
so too, Matt. I mean, they're the first team playing with the second team, away game. I think that the point is gold for them.
Yeah, I mean, they have a red card to their, not to their credit, but to their detriment also in this game. So any result they get would be a feather in their cap. Of course,
Yes.
there have been plenty of times where they could have gone for the 3 points as well in this game. So I'm not gonna throw them under the bus and say they're playing for a tie necessarily all the way. But yeah, if they even get a point out of this, they're going to feel pretty good because they'll maintain first place with a point here.
Exactly. Well, we don't know how the Fusion does.
Yeah, depending on how the Fusion does, though, if the
If they
Fusion
win.
draw, then
Right,
that's
yeah.
it's the same. But to take to
This is a
prevent
tough-
Duluth from getting all three.
Well, it's a long road trip for them too. I mean, they came up from Rochester, so
Watt, nice move there to get around Mila, and now Gomez just going to clear it deep. Corcoran, near side, gets it up to Phillips. Phillips to the middle of the field as Morgan trying to do a little give and go, maybe a little 1-2-3 action there, adding Ferrer into it.
You know, Josh Cochran is doing a fantastic job in the back.
Absolutely, and he's seeing the field really well up forward. He's getting them. His passes ahead are very, very
Yes.
well.
And he's always
Orchestrated.
there.
And that's going to go out, and that's going to be a throw-in, but
It's like the invisible wall or something.
Tom Corcoran, who was an assistant coach at UW Superior this last year for both the men's and women's programs. He was a star player at St. Scholastica, but one of the things that he does really well, free kicks. One of the best free kick takers you'll see around. Last year, he took almost exclusively free kicks for Duluth FC.
Yeah, he's got a very strong shot.
He does. He's not the quickest player, but he's very skilled.
Well, he plays with his brain more
Yes, he
than
does.
with skill, and that's what people like.
And he's one of those guys that has what they would call a high soccer IQ. He understands the sport. You don't have to give him a lot of direction.
He can direct everything. I mean, he's phenomenal. Here, I see him today, and in the back, he's doing a great job.
And he's very versatile. He played a lot of midfield for St. Scholastica, but he also can play in the back. He and Ben Cullen both. And now we've got some delay because there's jaw-jacking going on. It seemed like there was a lot of that in the first half.
Yes.
well, they had the trainer came out of the field, and then they kind of sent her away. So not really sure what the issue is.
Actually, the trainer is supposed to enter the field only with the permission of the referee. And I
Exactly. The
think,
referee's supposed to wave them on.
yes, and I think the referee did not.
Okay, so we do have, it looks like a substitution now for Med City happening here.
So that going off is going to be Theo Wilkie. And the substitution. Not sure still. We'll get that. It looks like 33, Alexis Tahet. And it'll be another throw-in for Duluth here, as we are down to under 10 minutes before stoppage time.
Yes.
In the corner again. Trying to make the spin there was
Corner shot.
Crane, and he's going to earn a corner for the Blue Greens.
Well, Josh,
Med City, substitution in number 33, Alex Tad.
So the cross comes in, and it's going to be sent away. Now, deflected shot by Morgan
oh, that was a foul.
as Ben Ty tried making the tackle and trying kicking it out to his teammate. Just didn't get really much of the ball at all, and that's what the foul was called for.
Well, Josh, I think we should thank our sponsors again.
We should definitely thank our sponsors again.
Well, thank you, Libon, to our sponsors, St. Luke's Hospital, Crenson Auto, GNB Snyder, Arrowhead Printing, Arrowhead Youth Soccer Association, AYSA, and CHAM. And back to our game.
Back to the game as Watt now has it up ahead for Crane as he gets past Hortegard, still with it, trying to get it to the middle. And stepping in there is Phillips, and he's just kind of hard charging his way through the Med City defense.
we were playing American football, it'd be called bulldozing your way through the line. He just put his head down, tried to run through everybody on that play, and he actually got pretty far. I was impressed. He got through about 2 or 3 guys. Just
Yes.
too many white shirts in the way.
So Mila just kind of clears it out. Phillips throws it in. And Morgan ends up losing it to Med City, as that was number 10, Mujic. Now Nuya sends it back for Herrera. Herrera tries switching the fields, gets it out wide to Phillips, who's got some space. Talbot finally steps up on him. Now up ahead for Watt, who's picked up by Mila. And Mila's going to send it, but it's going to come down to Corcoran. He sends it right down to the feet of Morgan.
Did you see how he stopped the ball? So easy, so simple.
Just nonchalant with it.
Yes, exactly. He showed no emotion.
Quick throw in for Duluth. As Nuya is kind of harassed by Hortegard and
Everybody got tangled up over there for a second.
the new substitution, Tahet. We're in the 86th minute. Both teams looking for that final chance. So we come down this back stretch. Quick throw in by Ben Ty. He's going to get it all the way back to winning. And Duluth's going to set up from the back. Corcoran now with some space. Starting to stretch Med City a little bit. Now they're starting to collapse. Watt with it.
They are 1 man down. I mean, they are tired.
Yeah, I think they might hunker down here the last 4 or 5 minutes plus stoppage time just to see if they can get the point.
Oh, exactly.
This is where the Blue Greens can maybe take advantage of the one-man edge that they have, 11 on 10 here for the rest of the way, and see if they can pull out a 3.
Morgan cross into Ferrer. Shot. Goal! That is going to be number 23. Charlie Crane puts it in off the assist from Ferrer.
Goal,
Nice
goal,
little
goal,
heel
goal,
kick.
goal, 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 goal!
And the Blue Greens lead it 1-0.
In the 87th minute, right on cue.
And we just talked about that, how they were starting to stretch a little bit, and they tried to collapse back, and they couldn't do it. And the goal scored by Charlie Crane on a beautiful heel flip from Ferrer. And let's not forget the cross in from Morgan either.
Exactly.
Number 23, Charlie Crane. Assisted by number 11, Sean Morgan.
Well, Ferrer did not score, but he sure did a good pass in this time.
So I know the PA announcer only gave the assist to Morgan, but Ferrer definitely had that heel flip.
He did all the work. Come on, let's give the man a credit.
You know, if this was hockey, they give them both assists. So.
For the last 10, 15 minutes or so, Duluth has been working on this left-hand side a lot. They've been coming up on this left-hand side with Joe Watt, and then you saw with Sean Morgan right there. Again, starting the attack on the left-hand side.
Yeah, they're attacking from this side over here.
Yep, and just a quick ball through the middle. Maybe a little bit of a heel flick from Kyle Farrar, and then, like you said, Crane with just a nice little composed finish there.
Adebayo now quickly for Med City, trying to see if they can catch Duluth maybe like on their heels a little bit, celebrating that. And we know that Charlie Crane did get called for a yellow card after the goal.
Yes. Well, Winning was there. Sam Winning was there. He's pretty stable.
Winning did his job there. Now up to Morgan. All good. Through ball up to Ferrer. Just passed. And now Ferrer just out of his reach as Castro able to come off his line and make that stop. And it almost looks like now Duluth is doing the counterattacking.
They're going to have to do that now because Med City, even 10 and 11, has to flood numbers forward now, and that could create some breaks the other way.
Yes.
Out to Adebayo.
Oh. That was
And it's going to be a
I could have left the
foul.
there.
That's the Hermantown native, I think, Dan Hedstrom, and now everybody's getting tangled up.
Yeah, Dan Hedstrom with the foul. And I mean, yeah, that was a foul, and he let it go. But the thing was, the argument here is that Mila had collided trying to keep the play going.
Exactly.
He thought maybe he had the advantage, but
He could have left the advantage there, but and I think that's what the frustration came on that Med City player.
We're going to send Dan Hedstrom back. Former Hermantown Hawk, by the way. Former Mr. Soccer in the state of Minnesota as well. Played this last year at Northern Michigan.
so it'll be Tahet to take the free kick. Actually, no, it won't. He's going to come off the ball now. And it will be number 21, Matthias Dumick, with the honors for Med City. Again, it's 1-0. Scoreboard isn't updated on that, however. But we are in the 90th minute.
As we want Hedstrom in the back with that tall body of his, 6'6", one back there trying to win a ball in the air here.
Dumick's going to send one in. And getting his hands and into the net. A goal for Med City on the free kick by Matthias Dumick.
Another card here as
he took his shirt off too, and that's a yellow card.
Yeah, there's going to be a yellow card given
That
here.
is a yellow card.
He comes over, here comes the referee, he's going to give it right now. Feel bad for Sam winning on that play. That's one of those where he didn't look the ball completely into his gloves.
That's a yellow card, yes.
And Winning is actually down there, hands in his face in his hands. He had it in his hands, just off his gloves, into the back of the net, and
Med City, number 21, Matthias Dumick.
so Dumick with the goal. And that's where you hear it. Put the ball on net.
Yep, that was one of those. Again, we knew they were going to get numbers forward. That was a shot from about 30 yards outside goal. It's a long attempt from that distance to usually try to beat a goaltender, and feel bad for Sam Winning again.
So
he was
we're
just looking to get the ball out.
In stoppage time now. And Duluth a little flat now, a little bit frustrated probably with Frere over to Morgan. Morgan looking with that left foot. The shot, the save is made. It's kept in play. Back. And save made by Castro.
No,
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that definitely could have been the second goal right there as Castro makes the save. Now we're going to get more chirping in the box here. Not surprising considering what just happened there, but
Yeah, true.
great shot by Morgan. Sean Morgan with that left foot.
Yeah, and
On the top of the 18, just letting rip with it.
and like we just mentioned, put it on net.
Yeah.
Something could happen, and
Castro
it almost
made the
did. That
save.
it came back down to Duluth.
I got to give Castro credit as well because that ball could have been rolling back toward the far post, and he got back there. Was able to get there before the ball was tapped in.
Headed down by Herrera. Now it's taken there by Tahet, but Herrera's going to get it back. He's going to send it forward, up ahead, trying to get Frere. Wolt doing a good job getting in front of him. And a foul is going to be called on Morgan.
And that's a yellow card again
And
for
again, here comes
encroachment.
more talking.
And the yellow is going to go to
Corcoran was right in the middle of that. That's another yellow
yellow to
card.
Corcoran.
Yeah, Tom
that's
Corcoran's going to
encroachment.
get that one. That might be a purpose play there by Corcoran just to kind of run some time off the clock.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to do. But I don't think you could fool the referee like that.
Yeah. Well, we're already 2+ minutes in the stoppage time. I wonder how much more he's going to give. You being an official, I just I thought I'd ask you.
It's kind of hard. I think I would give 3 minutes, but that's every referee is different.
Yeah, of course, it's complete judgment of the referee. He
Well,
keeps the official
exactly.
time with him, not with on the clock. So
True.
yeah,
I think 3 minutes should be
that's usually what it is. That's about standard.
but 2 to 3 minutes.
So long free kick there, trying to get Winning again.
And now Hedstrom's having words with one of the forwards for maybe taking a dive in the 18.
So Duluth has it in the attacking half now. And they're going to need a throw in, as you mentioned. We're pretty much over 3 minutes into the
Yeah.
stoppage
Yeah.
time.
3 minutes plus in the stoppage time here. So
I think that might be our last play too.
So cross over to Herrera as they switch sides. He's going to send one in, trying to get it into off of, not sure who was up there.
Catcher came out and punched it, and that's it.
So Castro does punch it out, and that is going to do it as
That's it.
players come down. And from both teams, as exhaustion starting to hit in a little bit. And what was probably not just a physically excruciating game, but a
Yes.
mental one as well.
Sam Winning right now is collapsed at the top of the 18 on the far side, or on the right-hand side of the field here. And feel
at-
bad for him. He's just now
Yeah.
starting to get back up, and that's a tough break.
Sam is devastated there.
Yeah, poor guy. I
He's-
feel
well,
bad for him. That's
Well, it's soccer. I mean, it happens.
and he'll be thinking about that one for a while as his teammates come out to talk to him. But a point each way. Med City, give them credit, though. They got the numbers for it they needed. They also created plenty of opportunities. They were very close to scoring during the run of play as the game went on, so can't really say that the two teams didn't deserve to be 1-1 because both teams had great chances
Exactly,
in this game.
and as a matter of fact, Med City was playing with a man down. I mean, that's
Very impressive by them.
very impressive. Yes, they were not playing defensive like I expected. Nothing. They played open game, attack wherever they could attack, and
Yep, and early in the second half, they were really tilting the field
yes,
in their direction. So, again, I think a well-earned draw overall. Of course, Sam Winning won't want to hear that, but a very entertaining game between these two teams here in the home opener for the Blue Greens.
Absolutely. Also, just again, thanks to our sponsors, St. Luke's, Krenzen, G&B Schneider, Arrowhead Printing, Arrowhead Youth Soccer Association, and Chum. So, again, thanks to our sponsors here for the Duluth FC. And just looking at the schedule going forward, the Blue Greens will be back in action on Wednesday night as they host VSLT. Back here at Public School Stadium. I believe it's a 7 o'clock game.
It is a 7 o'clock game.
And we'll have that here on the iFan. Matt, you'll have the call for that one.
I'm assuming so, yeah. That's the plan anyway.
We'll have to get Harry back up here for color for you.
Yep. And then we'll see how they do. Fourth time out of 5 games now in the league that the Blue Greens have tied 1-1. The lone exception being a 4-0 victory earlier in the season against Lacrosse Eris.
They also
FC.
they have a win somewhere else, too. It's just not listed.
It's just not listed?
Yeah, they do have 2 wins. But so Med City holds that spot. They move up to 11 points after 6 games played. Duluth goes up to 10, and depending on how Dakota Fusion does, could either knock Duluth down to 3rd or leave them at 2nd.
Again, that's all to be determined here. A busy week coming up for the Blue Greens here at home. 1-1 tie here today against Med City. Then again, playing VSLT on Wednesday here. That team from the Twin Cities, by the way, that's a Latino team. The VSLT stands for, not gonna try to pronounce it right now, but they'll be up here. And then, of course, on Grandma Saturday here in the Duluth area, the Minnesota Twin Stars coming up here. And those two teams played to a 2-2 draw on this field a year ago. So should be an interesting couple of games here. Chances for the Blue Greens to get a few points up on the board. And unfortunately for them, they're going to have to absorb a 1-1 tie. At least it's no loss. They still get a point out of it, but they're going to feel disappointed they didn't get the full result in this contest.
So, so going back, goal scored by Charlie Crane that has still a little chippiness between these two teams. That's what you kind of get when you get these heated rivalries, these battles. And
right, and that's Coach Kyle Bacchus. I'm not sure what he's. There's still some. That's the forward out of bio. Apparently, he's had something to say to one of the Duluth players. I'm not sure what happened, or maybe even to Coach Bacchus. But that's what happens when you get two teams that are in the top of the league. You get some chippiness sometimes.
And now both coaches around midfield have a little conversation about the game and everything that's going on, and both of them are probably ready to get out of here.
Yep.
Neither one of them wanted to draw. You come into a game, you're not thinking draw, you're thinking win. But
well, it's going to be a late night here for Med City. They got to get back to Rochester. That's a 4-hour drive, so.
Well, maybe they're staying the night and driving tomorrow. Who
Could
knows?
Be. Yeah, it's quite possible, depending upon what their scheduling is. But all in all, pretty well played game. It was a little bit chippy, not unexpected. Like I said, when you have two highly skilled teams like this playing each other at the top of the league.
Again, Charlie Crane with the goal for Duluth FC as he put it in late in the game, and then with just a few minutes remaining before stoppage time, Dumick with the
tying goal.
The tying goal on, what is basically just a shot in the arm to
He's trying
Sam
to play
Winning.
that ball over the top, and Winning did the right thing, came off of his line, tried to grab it in the air. Wasn't even any traffic in front of him, but unfortunately, like I said, it slipped off of his fingers. He was already thinking about where he was going to outlet it, I think, before he even got his hands on it. And that's the classic case. We see it in the NFL with receivers quite a lot. Look the ball in your hands before you decide what you're going to try to do. And he unfortunately took his eye off it for just a second. That's all it took for it to get through his gloves and into the back of the net. But still, highly entertaining game between the two teams, and hopefully we'll see more on Wednesday with yours truly making the play-by-play call.
So absolutely. So a 1-1 draw here between Med City and Duluth FCs. And again, thanks to our sponsors here. And for Harry and Matt Johnson and Craig Morrissey, I'm Josh Wallace saying until Wednesday, you've been watching Duluth FC here on the iFan Sports Network.